It was once known as the Gold Coast. Not for its shimmering beaches, but for the rich seams of gold ore that line her underbelly. Ghana boasts a strong economy based on the production of gold and cocoa, and as the economy continues to expand, so too does the population in Ghana's urban centers. Many economic migrants end up as poor urban dwellers living in informal settlements with only the barest of amenities. This poses a daunting challenge to Ghana's government and local authorities to cater to the water and sanitation needs of the rapidly growing urban poor.
With urbanization comes the stress on existing facilities. In Accra, for instance, there is a deficit in water supply, and meeting that demand requires huge infrastructure, which of course comes with financing. We are now evolving ways and means of coping with that influx without being overwhelmed by the population growth.
The provision of clean water and basic sanitation to the urban poor is regarded as a logical entry point to poverty alleviation and economic growth. UN Habitat, under the Water for African Cities program, is working to achieve the Millennium Development Goals for water and sanitation.
We originally started off working on three principal areas. One was on water demand management, the second on protection of water resources from the impacts of urbanization, and the third area was dissemination and outreach. But that recently has, in the past 5 years, has been expanded to include other priority areas such as sanitation, monitoring, and specific focus on the urban poor.
Phase 2 of the Water for African Cities program focuses on pro-poor governance to support change in existing structures so that people with low incomes are given a voice in collective decision-making. The Community Development Committee in Sabo Zongo, a low-income neighborhood in the capital Accra, spent a great deal of effort mobilizing the community for the construction of a 20-seater sanitation block. This was necessary to tackle obstacles that included land disputes and court cases that led to delays in completing the implementation.
This site is a sanitary site already, but when the project started, these walls were demolished by neighbors who were claiming the land, that the land belongs to them. As I'm speaking to you, I am still going to court on this land. It's very important getting to do what is right before the program starts.
In addition to the public sanitation facility, Water for African Cities funded the installation of water standpoints, which are now managed by the community. In the past, the settlement lacked proper drainage, and when it rained, the runoff had nowhere to go. In collaboration with Water Aid Ghana, UN Habitat constructed storm water drains and also supplied 2 solid waste skips with a designated holding bay. The Water for African Cities program is working towards creating a new water use ethic among school children and, by extension, the community at large. This is being done through an innovative school and community curriculum called Value-Based Water Education.
In sub-Saharan African countries, legalities and technicalities have not been able to solve water-related problems. So it was decided that in order to appeal to the conscience of the people, if we add values to it, it may change their lifestyle and they will treat water-related issues very well.
We tell them that they shouldn't study only in the school, but they should send the message home to their friends, their parents, and they should do the practical things for them to see so that they can also learn from them.
Due to rapid growth of Africa's cities and socio-economic development, the pressure on the limited freshwater resources has increased considerably, with growing demand and misuse of the catchment areas. Urban catchment management seeks to protect and secure the quality and quantity of water resources. Water for African Cities has developed and implemented strategies which involve working with local utility companies to improve drainage and solid waste management in local catchment areas. The Wager Lake is situated 17 kilometers from Ghana's capital, Accra. It was formed by the construction of the Wager Dam across the river Dentsu. The lake supplies more than 50% of Accra's water. But the Wager Reservoir has come under threat from human activity on its shores. To reduce the environmental impact of urbanization on the lake, the Water for African Cities program, in collaboration with the Ghana Water Resources Commission, embarked on a mission to protect the lake.
The project tried as much as possible to provide some garbage containers for the assemblies to just assist in waste management. We also provided household toilets for communities. We also tried to create awareness for fishermen and farmers.
A number of modern, high-spec sanitation blocks were constructed and donated to the Ga West Municipal Assembly. The demonstration units encouraged the community to stop human waste from entering the lake.
This toilet facility has helped us because even when there is any activity in the community, we use it. It is very good for our health. We are very grateful.
Fresh water, the planet's most precious natural resource, is in short supply. Water demand management experts say that we could increase supply merely by planning and controlling water use to strike a balance between limited water resources and demand. This principle is illustrated by the Ghana Water Company, which through the Water for African Cities program has adopted a geographic information system. The computer-based system provides the utility with accurate spatial information to make timely decisions regarding their water supply network.
Now we know the locations of our customers, and in the process we are able to identify illegal connections that hitherto the system couldn't identify. So the project helped to rectify some of these anomalies that we have in the system. So it reduced non-revenue water appreciably.
The way forward is to incorporate the lessons learned in this project into other ones within the urban setting. It's a good program, and I think that we would want it to continue based on the lessons learned from this project.
As African cities increasingly serve as engines of growth, the continent's population will continue to migrate to urban centres. The demands on governments to provide adequate sanitation and water supply will keep rising. Initiatives like the Water for African Cities program play a vital role in bridging the demand gap. But the real value of demonstration projects such as this lies in the capacity of governments and local authorities to upscale and replicate them. This will ensure sustainable access to proper sanitation and safe drinking water for Africa's urban poor, making a tangible impact on their lives and serving as a stepping stone to a brighter future.